Hello everybody, I'm Emily Iglesias and this is the selection criteria kits. So the first one is advantages. So kits actually have a lot of advantages according to our textbook. Kits have various formats relating to a specific subject. So it could be a STEM subject, it could be a mystery subject, right? And they're just going to have different formats in which they can relate to. As you can see here in this picture, they have different things that the students can put together, which can meet different students' learning styles. So someone's more visual, someone's hands-on. Kits are perfect for that. One kit can have materials for multiple grade levels. So even if this kit, it might be good for 6th graders, it might even be beneficial for the 8th graders as well. And they can include sound recordings too for those students who are dyslexic or are more auditory learners. There are some disadvantages to kits, unfortunately. One of the disadvantages to kits is the fact that it could include materials that are already duplicates in our collection. So you might already have stuff already, and yet the kit's providing it, so it's like kind of extra materials that you didn't really need. They can be very expensive too, depending on the kit you want to have. If you lose stuff like parts in a kit and maybe a student misplaced it or something, it can render it unusable. And then storing kits can require maybe other furniture or a special place to put it. It's not too many disadvantages though. So there is going to be some selection criteria for the kit. So these are some questions that we need to think about before we are like, okay, yeah, let's get this kit. 1, does the kit actually create a whole thing? Meaning, like, is there a unified thing to what the kit's gonna do? Does the kit's parts relate to each other? Are there stuff in here that are like, well, what is this for? I don't know. Is there a special requirement required to use the other materials in the kit? So the kit here might have like these really cool stuff, but do I need something special for it that I have to purchase separately? Does the kit meet the requirements for the class or the lesson? Or is this more for makerspace stuff? What are we really using it for? Here's some more criteria. Is it easy for students to use? Are the directions going to be clear for them if it's a little bit more challenging? Does it require adult supervision? Is it going to fulfill a unique purpose? Is it going to add something to the collection? Or is it something that I already have in my collection? Is there, of course, a special place for it to be stored in? Some implications for the collection development. According again to the textbooks, kits can be very implicated in the collection by the basis of their potential use and appeal. Like, is it gonna really be beneficial for my students to have this kit here? Is there a chance in which students and teachers may prefer to kind of create their own kits too with materials that we already have in a collection, which is kind of fun. So if a teacher's wanting to do something on their own, you might already have those materials in the collection for them to use. In terms of copyright considerations, there wasn't a whole bunch of it. According to the textbook, there was not any type of copyright consideration. When I researched it, it did seem that though the kits can appear under those copyright considerations. So, I mean, for its educational use, of course, it's going to be fair use, but it wasn't too much I can go off of on it. And these are my resources. I just used the textbook, and thank you for listening.